Now at 11, protesters take to the streets for a second night following a deadly police shooting in South LA. And a protester is seen doing donuts in the streets, vandals spray painting nearby buildings.
And nearby, another police shooting leaves a man dead and one person is arrested.
And Kim Kardashian held at gunpoint, prompting Kanye West to abruptly end his concert tonight. Hello, everybody. I'm Rick Chambers.
And hi, I'm Courtney Friel. We begin with breaking news at 11. Police remain posted in a South LA intersection following a second night of protests.
Yeah, demonstrators there angry, of course, about the deadly shooting of a young black man at the hands of the LAPD. Steve Koosh is live in South LA. He's got the latest for us. Steve?
Rick and Court, we had about 100 protesters out here throughout the day. Just within the last 10 minutes or so, the LAPD and the LA County Sheriff's Department gave everybody the evacuation order, saying that an unlawful assembly has been declared, and now they're pushing down into the street to arrest anybody who does not disperse. You can see this is the area where police shot and killed Carnell Snell, 18-year-old Carnell Snell, yesterday. They've now marched down to the very neighborhood where the shooting happened, where many of the protests have stemmed from, and they've told everybody that if they do not disperse, they do not go back into their homes, they will be arrested. They started off marching down Western Avenue and about 106th, 107th Street. I saw them arrest at least 4 people so far. A few of them members of this community, a few of them just part of protest groups. By the looks of it, there are several dozen officers out here, all of them in full riot gear with their batons in their hands. Greg, if we push on these guys right in front of us, they've got assault-style rifles, possibly with pepper balls, maybe with real ammunition in them. And we're kind of just waiting to see what unfolds right here. The house where you see that, where we saw those candles in front of, the house where all these officers are standing in front of right now, this is where that initial shooting took place earlier. We're trying to listen to what the commander is telling these protesters. Most of these people right now, they're just members of this community, so I'm not sure if police are going to go all the way forward and arrest these neighbors in their own yards. Let's go to the story of what this whole situation looked like earlier today. A young black man is killed by the LAPD in South Los Angeles. And while much of his community is trying to figure out why, some are turning their neighborhood streets into a show. CJ! 18-year-old Carnell Snell Jr., CJ, as everyone called him, was shot and killed in a confrontation with police Saturday afternoon in the backyard of his neighbor's house.
The officer said they fear for their life, but there's 7 bullets through a gate. So how were you fearing? What was he doing? And the bullets went from the inside of the gate to the outside. So that means he's not doing the shooting. That was officer shooting.
Immediately after the shooting, neighbors, friends, and family began screaming and cursing at police. It continued through Sunday night. Miles away, it was LA Mayor Eric Garcetti's house that received some damage. Someone pelted the mayor's home and vehicle with eggs.
When you hear about one person getting shot in injustice, people are going to come from every block around here.
The situation all began when officers spotted a possible stolen vehicle on the road and tried to pull it over. A car chase started. Soon after, police say 3 people got out of the car in South LA and ran. CJ was one of them. The driver and 1 passenger got away. Witnesses told us they saw CJ running with police behind him. He hopped a fence into a neighbor's backyard, and then there were several gunshots. Police say they did find a gun at the scene, although they did not say if CJ fired it or pointed it at them.
He was a respectful young man to me and my family. I know that if you knew him, you would grow to love him.
CJ was the type of man that if he went from door to door, every elder would say, he was just too respectful. You know, let me help you with your groceries. Do you need me to help you with anything, water your grass? He was just a very thoughtful, bright young man. And what happened yesterday was just injustice.
And it's that perceived injustice that has brought out so many of these officers here tonight to contend with the members of this community. Again, where this is all unfolding is the spot where 18-year-old Carnell Snell, CJ, was shot and killed. His own house just 2 homes down from where this is all happening. The entire neighborhood is now out now. Everyone's got their cell phones up, waiting to see what's happening. And it looks like we had a few people go forward and talk with one of the commanding officers. And the LAPD at this time appears to be pulling back, moving away from where the initial shooting happened yesterday afternoon. They appear to be getting out of this area. They're going to leave the neighbors where they are for now. They're going to let them stay in front of their houses and their yards. Again, we saw at least 4 arrests take place earlier. They were about a block away from this section. That's where the first arrests happened. So you still see members of this community cussing and swearing at the police officers right now. But for the time being, it looks like no more arrests are going to be taking place. The LAPD officers marching back out of this South Los Angeles neighborhood. And we're going to stick around and wait and see what else unfolds. But for now, aside from those 4 arrests, there appears to be a peaceful resolution to this entire situation. Again, Courtney and Rick, we're going to stay out here in South Los Angeles, keep an eye on everything, and bring updates to you guys on KTLA.com and on our Facebook pages if anything changes. But for now, live in South Los Angeles, I'm Steve Koosh, KTLA 5 News.
Yeah, keep us in the loop. Steve, thanks so much.